featuring their new black Cradle of Coaches uniforms as an homage to the great coaching heritage that has come through this institution. We're getting into our pregame content here. The meeting history between these two is, of course, extensive, being MAC foes. 103 games played between the two sides. Miami leading the series all-time 63-40. The last meeting being a 62-53 victory for the Lady RedHawks at the University of Ohio U, on March 1st of 2025. This season so far, Miami is 17-4, 9-0 in the MAC, first of 13 in the Mid-American Conference, having a great season in conference play so far. Their last contest was a 71-43 victory against Northern Illinois at the NIU Convocation Center in DeKalb, Illinois. Of course, Northern Illinois, the men's team, coming in here later today to face your 24th-ranked Miami RedHawk men. The scoring leader in that contest was Amber Tretter with 17 points. Tretter, the junior forward from Ferdinand, Indiana, standing at 6'1", also added 6 rebounds, which led the team, one of them offensive, the other 5 on the defensive side. Also shot 50% from the field and added 3 blocks. So really doing it all for Amber Tretter. Had herself a great game against the Huskies and propelled the RedHawks to yet another victory. The assist leader was 5'4" guard out of Haifa, Israel, Tamar Singer. The sophomore is a prolific mover of the basketball, averaging 7.6 assists per game this season. You heard me right, folks, 7.6. That is absurd numbers. They really are. She moves the ball really well. She is the facilitator of this offense. Her and Amber Scalia have forged a really nice partnership up there in this 2-point guard set that Glenn Box likes to run. The team stats in that contest, 51% from the floor, 68% from the charity stripe, and 40% from the three-point line. Not too far off from the season averages, those being 45.6% from the field, 34.4% from the three-point line, so a little better there, and 76.8% from the free throw line, so a little bit poorer from the charity stripe, but still a solid shooting day from the girls there. Game was never really close. The RedHawks led by 14 at halftime. It never really was in question. They were just able to slowly pull away as the game went on. They ended up stretching it to a margin of 28 points by the time the clock hit triple zeros. And it helped their cause that Northern Illinois shot just 14% from 3. Not a very good day from beyond the arc for the Huskies. Starting 5 in that game for the RedHawks was Tamar Singer, Amber Tretter, Ilse de Vries, the sophomore forward from the Netherlands, Nuria Herho, the junior guard from Barcelona, Spain, and Amber Scalia. Of course, the St. Thomas transfer at the beginning of the season, 5'9" guard from Stillwater, Minnesota. Moving on to the Ohio Bobcats. The Bobcats come in 12-7 this season, 6-3 in the MAC, being 4th of 13 in the conference. A solid slate for them so far. They're, of course, located in Athens, Ohio. It's about 3 hours from where we are today. Their head coach is the longtime coach, Bob Bolden, in his 13th season in green and black. He has amassed a 215-170 record as the head coach of the Lady Bobcats. Their last contest was an unfortunate loss in Amherst at the UMass Minutewomen on Wednesday at the Convocation Center in Athens, Ohio. Pardon me, that was at UMass. The scoring leader in that game was Gigi Bower with 17 points, the sophomore, 5 feet 9 inches from Powell, Ohio. Actually did not start that game, came off the bench and still led scoring. So an impressive day for her. She'll be one to watch in this contest today. The rebound leader was Antonisha Moultrie, the junior guard from Nassau, the Bahamas. She had 5 rebounds, also adding 6 points and 3 assists on 75% shooting. And the assist leader was Bailey Tabling, the junior, 5 feet 10 inches from Seymour, Indiana. Actually, the team's leading scorer by average, putting up 13.3 a night. Had a down day in the scoring department, only 5 points for her, but did add 4 assists and 2 rebounds. The 4 assists leading the team. Only 15.4% shooting from the field for Bailey Tabling on that day. So maybe an off day for her then. She looks to bounce back today. They were ahead 38-35 at half. UMass just able to really pull away in the third quarter. They were able to get themselves going in the second half. Won both the third and fourth quarters by a margin of 6 points each. And 6 points is always a lot in any basketball game. The starting 5 in that game was Asia Baxter, the junior guard, number 22 from Indianapolis, Indiana. Danny Scully, the sophomore forward from Park Ridge, Illinois. Bailey Tabling, Bella Ronaldo, the sophomore guard from Lake Forest, Illinois. And Aaliyah McWhorter, the senior guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, Wake Forest transfer 2 years ago. Let's get into our stat leaders for both teams. For Miami, the points per game leader is Amber Treader with 14.1. After her, it's Amber Scalia with 13.3, and in third, it is Ilse de Vries with 12.2. For the rebounding for Miami, Treader again leads the line with 7.8 per game. The 6'1" forward from Ferdinand, Indiana, is one of the stars of this team for sure, and the stats certainly show it. After her is her fellow forward, Ilse de Vries, with 4.5 per game. De Vries actually got 5 rebounds last game, just behind Treader's 6. And in third for rebounding is the guard, Noria Herho. She's a taller guard, 5 feet 10 inches. She's got 4.2 boards per game, so she looks to continue getting involved, crashing the boards. The assists are not as close. Tamar Singer, the runaway leader, with 7.6 assists per game, an extremely impressive mark for the Israeli sophomore. After her, it's Amber Scalia with 2.4 per game, and after her, it is Noria Herho with 2.1 per game. For the Bobcats, Bailey Tabling leads the line, scoring with 13.5 points per game. The junior from Seymour, Indiana, having herself a very good season, also adding 3.9 rebounds per game and 3.1 assists per game on almost 40% shooting. After her, it's Bella Ronaldo with 12.2 points per game. Ronaldo, the Clemson transfer 2 seasons ago, had 10 points in their last contest. And after her is Aaliyah McWhorter with 8.2. In the rebound game, Asia Baxter is the leader, the 5'11" guard from Indy, with 4.7 rebounds per contest. And after her, it is Ellie Garnett, the senior forward, 5 feet 11 inches from Lakewood, Colorado, has had a tumultuous transfer path, which we will get into in just a moment, but she is averaging 4.2 rebounds per game. Then after her, it is Bailey Tabling with 3.9 rebounds per game. In the assist game, Tabling, again, there she is. She is one of the best players on this team. There's no doubt about that. 3.1 assists per game, so not only can she score it and get herself some rebounds, she is able to dish the rock as well. After her, after her, it is Monica Williams, the sophomore guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, 5 feet 9 inches, with 2.2 assists per game as the Miami team comes out with 15 minutes to go until tip-off. The flags are flying. The girls are flying. Here they come. Crowd is starting to fill up on the Ron Harper day, on the One Miami day. We're going to get started here in about 15 minutes. You'll hear about 10 more minutes from me, and then I will kick it to our booth for the game. Third in assists is Bella Ronaldo, the sophomore guard, with 1.5 per game. Let's get into some roster breakdown here. I mentioned it earlier. Some veterans and transfers from Miami. The real 2 veterans are Noria Herho and Amber Treader, both juniors. Herho coming from Barcelona, Spain, standing at 5 feet 10 inches. Treader from Ferdinand, Indiana, at 6'1". The transfers from Miami. Clara Gonzalez Planella, the senior guard, 5 feet 8 inches from Barcelona, Spain, was a transfer from Jacksonville State in this past offseason. They're happy to have her. She adds 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist per game on just about 39% shooting. She actually had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in the last game on 60% shooting, so an impressive game for the Spaniard there. After her, another transfer is Macy Taylor, the junior guard from Troy, Ohio, the transfer from Wright State ahead of the season. And then Brooke Blumenfeld as well has been out for some time with an injury, but was a transfer from Northern Illinois at the start of the season. For the Bobcats, their main vets are really juniors. There is, the air is very dry up here in the top deck. The top press box is up here at Millett Hall. Of course, the radio guys up, all of us are up here for double headers, as our normal place at the scorer's table is occupied by the press members from the other 2 schools. Anyway, let's get back into the roster breakdown for the Bobcats. Asia Baxter is a junior, played all years of college basketball for the Bobcats, as is Bailey Tabling, another junior. Those 2 both integral members of this team. Baxter averaging 8 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 1.2 assists on just about 46.5% shooting. Another veteran is a transfer, but still is a veteran. That's Asia Austin, the senior forward, 6'1" from Westerville, Ohio. She transferred from Delaware ahead of the 22-23 season, meaning including this season, she has not played all this season, but last season she averaged 1, 2, and 1 on 20% shooting, but she has been a Bobcat for quite a while. Their transfers, of course, I mentioned earlier on the broadcast, Ellie Garnett, the senior forward, 5 feet 11 inches from Lakewood, Colorado, did not play in the last game, but this season is averaging 6.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, and 1.6 assists on 38% shooting. She has been at 4 schools, including Ohio. She started her career at Northern Colorado, then went to Winthrop in the Big South, and then last season was at Nichols State, and now she finds herself in the green and black playing for the Bobcats. And another transfer is, of course, Bella Ronaldo, a transfer from Clemson 2 seasons ago. Also, Aaliyah McWhorter was a transfer from Wake Forest at the same time. Player to watch for both sides here. For Miami, for me, it's got to be Ilse de Vries, the 6'3" sophomore forward from the Groningen in the Netherlands. She's averaging 12.2 points per game this season, and she is one of the better shooters on this team. Her three-point percentage is third on the team with 37.2%, only behind Nuria Herho with 46.9% and Ashton Ellie with 45%. And she also shoots the free throws very well, 72.7% for the Dutch sophomore forward. She is also averaging 4.5 rebounds per game, and she's shooting almost 50% from the field. She's shooting really, really well. She's been one of the best assets offensively for the RedHawks, and has also been very solid on the defensive side of the ball. Last game, she had 7 points, 5 rebounds on just about 2 out of 3% shooting. 66% shooting, that is. My player to watch for Ohio, I mentioned her earlier, is Gigi Bower, the leading scorer. Last game, the 5'9" sophomore guard from Powell, Ohio. She led the team in points even coming off the bench. Got just over 20 minutes, but still led the team in scoring. Really played hard against the men and women. Just quite wasn't enough to get them over the line. They still fell by 9 points. We're going to go into some other games going on. In the top 25, only 2 will be going on today. There is the Oregon Ducks, the 16-7 Oregon Ducks, at the 16th ranked Maryland Terrapins. Terrapins with a home game against the Ducks coming in. The Ducks come in at 16-7, 4-6 in the conference. Maryland comes in at 17-5, 5-5 in the Big Ten. And then an Ivy League matchup. That game at 5 p.m. Both games here at 5 p.m. An Ivy League matchup. The Cornell Big Red head over to Princeton, New Jersey to play the 19th ranked Princeton Tigers. The Tigers at 17-2 with a 5-1 Ivy League record. Cornell at 8-11 with a 3-3 Ivy League mark. So that game will be played at Jadwin Gymnasium in Princeton, New Jersey. Our MAC slate today, there are 5 games. Of course, right here at 1 o'clock in about 10 minutes, we'll have your tip between the Bobcats and the RedHawks. Another chapter written in the Battle of the Bricks. Currently going on in Akron, Ohio, there is the Buffalo Bulls and the Akron Zips. The 2-18 Bulls play the 3-17 Zips. Both teams looking for their first victory in MAC play. The Bulls currently up 36-26 with just about a minute to go in the first half. From Ypsilanti, Michigan, there is a Michigan battle, Western against Eastern. The Broncos coming in 5-13 with a 2-6 MAC record. The Eagles staying at home with a 10-9 record and a 4-5 MAC mark. That game at 2 o'clock, tipping off at 3 o'clock, is Central Michigan going to the Convocation Center in Northern Illinois to take on the Huskies. Central Michigan coming in at 12-7 with a 6-3 MAC record. Northern Illinois, of course, recently falling to the RedHawks 71-43. They come in at 4-16 with a 2-7 MAC record. And the final MAC game of the day is the 11-9 Bowling Green Falcons going to Savage Arena in Toledo, Ohio to take on the Toledo Rockets. Toledo at 10-8 on the season with a 5-3 MAC record. Going into now my keys to the game for both sides. For Miami, It's the same as it has been in a lot of games. They got to get their offense flowing. Have to be able to move the ball well, because when they move the ball well, they get plenty of open shots. And this team is good enough when they get open shots, they're going to make them, folks. So they've got to get the offense flowing, because that's where they get all their shots from. You know, this team isn't one to just go around jacking up stupid shots. Glenn Box's offense relies on tactically calculated shots, tactically calculated ball movement, moving the ball around with the precision of a well-oiled machine. And going hand in hand with that is better shot selection. Sometimes they get a little antsy, especially from beyond the arc. They do force some shots every now and then, and Coach Box is looking to avoid those forced shots. They've got to select their shots better. And they've got to get rebounds. You know, they're not the biggest team. Their two tallest women are 6'3". Ohio, not a very tall team either. Their two tallest girls are 6'1". So the rebounding game should favor the RedHawks here, but they still have to be physical and get on the floor and get rebounds. For the Bobcats, they've got to lock down on defense. They allow 70.4 points per game, which is 11th in the MAC, that being third worst in the conference. So they've got to limit the RedHawks here. If they can play a low-scoring game, they could win it. They do average 74.3 points per game, which is second in the MAC. Of course, Miami right behind them at 71 points per game in third. But they can win a high-scoring game. They've got to keep Miami in check on the offensive side of the ball. And they have to limit the outside shots. Miami's a really, really good outside shooting team. Of course, having a 34.4% three-point mark, which is the best in the conference, and a 45.6% field goal mark, which is first in the conference. A really, really good shooting side, the RedHawks are. And Ohio's got to make their free throws. They have shot 65.5% from the free throw line, which is 10th in the MAC. That is not good enough to win basketball games, and I'm sure that is something that Bob Bolden is ingraining in his players. With about 6.5 minutes to go from tip, I'll give you my prediction for the game. I'm thinking it's going to be a lower scoring affair. I think Ohio's going to have some kind of strategy to limit Miami's outside shooting capability, but Miami's still going to handle this one with some ease. They're going to take this one by a score of 66-48. Winning another game in the Battle of the Bricks on one Miami day. That's going to do it for our pregame section. In just about 5 minutes, you will hear from the booth. My name is Jake Zirolli. Thank you for listening to the pregame show. I'll be back with you for halftime and then for postgame. So please stick around on this presentation of Miami RedHawks women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome inside Millett Hall. A chilly day in Oxford as the Miami women's basketball team looks to knock off their cross-state rival in the Ohio Bobcats in the 164th all-time matchup in the Battle of the Bricks. It's the 2026 edition. Here, first time the RedHawks and the Bobcats are facing off today, and we've got a good one inside Millett Hall. My name is Andrew Relvas, joined alongside Sean Wiesemann. And Sean, these two teams are in the upper echelon of the Mid-American Conference, and they're trying to stay hot as we approach the February month.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, two very good teams and two teams that are very well coached. So certainly we know it's going to be a great game, not just because they're rivals and there's always going to be some closeness there, but because there's some legitimate talent on both teams. It starts for the Bobcats with Bella Rinaldo, who's one of their better players as well. She's a redshirt sophomore, Clemson transfer, and you see that all along the roster. Elia McWhorter as well, 6'1" grad student from Wake Forest, and then you keep going down the list. I mean, they have a lot of high-end upper echelon talent, and that's why they're an upper echelon MAC team.
Last year, Ohio had a difficult season where they finished near the bottom portion of the MAC, but this year they are off to a much better start, and they're looking to continue staying hot here in the 2026 season. For the RedHawks, coming in with a record of 17-4, and they are 9-0, first in the Mid-American Conference, and they've won 10 games in a row, so they're trying to stay hot here today. And meanwhile, for the Ohio Bobcats, 12-7, 6-3 in the MAC. They are tied for fourth behind UMass. Starters have been announced, and we will have so much more after the national anthem. But first, we will pause and be back in a moment for the anthem. You're listening to Miami Women's Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Stay tuned. back from the national anthem, and starters have been announced for both sides. First for the Ohio Bobcats, coached by Bob Bolden in his 13th year. It is Bailey Tabling, Asia Baxter, Bella Rinaldo, Elia McWhorter, and Ellie Garnett. Garnett coming back after missing the last couple of games, but she's looking to make a splash here on the road. And meanwhile, for the Miami RedHawks, coached by Glenn Box in his 3rd year, it is Amber Scalia, Tamar Singer, Amber Treader, Nuria Herho, and Ilsa DeFries, kind of the standard de facto starting 5 for the RedHawks today. And they will look to knock off the Ohio Bobcats for the 4th time in a row, and in an environment that will only get louder and louder as the day goes on here for one Miami day.
Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, we had the 10th largest crowd in Millett Hall history with over 10,000 people here on Tuesday, and we actually just got word yesterday that the students have sold out their allotment of tickets as well, on top of the general public that has sold out. That sold out several days ago. So yes, it should only get louder and louder as the day goes on, and obviously certainly will reach a fever pitch once the men's team gets in here, but you're already starting to see a pretty sizable crowd for them here. It'll be a good environment and a good day of basketball.
Certainly should be. They were also giving out Ron Harper jerseys. We both got them.
Yep.
But and Ron Harper and many more Miami men's basketball and women's basketball alumni are in attendance here. I think I saw Katie Rashassen, player from the last couple of years, and other alumni here for the women's team. But it's good to see a lot of former RedHawks making their return trip to Oxford, and this Miami RedHawks women's team will look to give their fans something to be happy about. Well, for the RedHawks in their most recent game, it was a dominant showing on Wednesday. It was a midday game, kind of an odd start time.
Very odd, but they took care of business.
They did. They won 71-43. They had 2 players in double figures, 8 for 20 from deep, and they made a lot of free throws, 15 for 22. So they took care of the Huskies in DeKalb. Meanwhile, for the Ohio Bobcats, they've lost their last 2 games. They fell 85-76 at home versus the UMass Minute women. 3 Bobcats were in double figures, and kind of a big issue that has been plaguing OU this year has been the rebounding. They were out-rebounded 39-27. So in this game, if the RedHawks want to win, we'll see if they can kind of crash the glass and get some second chance opportunities on the offensive side.
Yeah, no, you're so right. Miami right now, worst team in the Mid-American in rebounds per game. OU, 5th worst in the Mid-American in rebounds per game. 32 a game for the RedHawks, 35.5 for OU. So the point being, it really does feel like whoever is able to get this, the pull down more rebounds will give themselves, I mean, always will give themselves a big opportunity, but especially a big opportunity here in a game where it seems like kind of possessions are going to be few and far between. 2 very good shooting teams, 2 very good defenses though as well.
RedHawks are trying to make it 10 wins in the MAC, but 11 wins in a row. Last year they were 19-12. This year 17-4. So 2 more wins to match that win total from last year, and they have really exceeded a lot of expectations in year 3 under Glenn Box. They were picked to finish 7th in the MAC in the preseason poll, but this year 1st. They've already knocked off a lot of top contenders in the conference, and they're only looking to continue coasting up.
No, you're so right. And we were, before the game, we were kind of looking at, okay, the kind of folks from last year, the people that last year that transferred and who they brought in. And it's kind of a miracle that they were only picked 7th in the Mid-American Conference preseason poll, given that it seems like they improved by pretty much every rotation player is better than the rotation players they lost to the portal last year, on top of being able to keep all MAC talent like Ilsa DeFries, Amber Treader, and Tamar Singer. All 3 of them should get all MAC honors. You know, being able to keep that core, but then able to bring in some really great talent like Amber Scalia, for example, out of the portal. It's kind of a shock to me when I saw it initially, because I was like, wow, they got a lot of really talented players out of the portal, and it's proven to be the case. They've beaten everybody top to bottom, Ball State all the way down to a team like Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo, much different from last year. This team for Ohio, pretty much the same from last year, minus Kennedy Watkins and Anisha Jones. Watkins was a top scorer, and Jones was kind of that defensive player, but pretty much the same team, minus Bella Rinaldo, the Clemson Tigers transfer, and Antonisha Moultrie, but still the same Bobcats, and the RedHawks are looking to knock off the Bobcats for the 4th time in a row. Miami, they're wearing their black jerseys for One Miami Day with the white Miami script and the white numbers and the black shorts. Meanwhile, for the Ohio Bobcats, Ohio in cursive in green and the white jerseys. All set to go underway. The tip is up, batted around a couple times, and the Bobcats win it. They'll move from right to left. Marsinger employing a press here on Bella Rinaldo as she dribbles inside, kick out, left wing 3-4. Garnett misses everything, an air ball. Tough way to start out a game, and it'll be Miami basketball moving from left to right.
Yeah, that just was not a shot that needed to be taken either. You have 24 seconds left on the shot clock, and it was 5 feet outside the three-point line. Certainly not the best shot, and I'm sure that Bob Bolden will say something about that to his OU team.
Bouncer at the free throw line to Scalia. She dribbles on the left side, hands over Singer. In the corner, DeFries for 3. She drills it, and the RedHawks draw first blood. They lead 3-0 here in the first.
DeFries is such a matchup nightmare. 6'3", but can shoot the 3 ball very well.
Lyle McWhorter will try a 3 straight away, misses it. Rimmed over the top. The rebound is hunted down by Treader, and the RedHawks will race it the other way. It's Tamar Singer on the right wing, pausing for a moment, bounces down low, searching to split the trees. She can't, and it's a 4-on-5 for the Bobcats.
Good defense
slower
from
this time.
there.
Herho is one of the best defensive players on the MAC. Inside, it's Tabling. She draws a foul off the rim, no good, and she'll have a pair of free throws coming up.
Yeah, Tabling, the leading scorer for the Bobcats, certainly somebody you're going to want to keep an eye on. And we were kind of talking about this before the game. A lot of size on this Bobcats team. Aside from Bella Rinaldo, who's 5'6", they don't have a single player on their roster listed smaller than 5'9". Something to keep an eye on, especially when you have got people like Amber Scalia and you also have Tamar Singer, both not necessarily the biggest people, and Macy Taylor as well.
Tabling made the first free throw on the air, 75%. She makes them both, and the score is 3-2. RedHawks over the Bobcats. Battle of the bricks in the 2026 season. It's always good to get a win against your rival in the first matchup. Miami will end the year essentially playing at Ohio. DeFries throws this one away, searching for Treader, and that's another turnover on the RedHawks.
Yeah, really ugly too. Wasn't really a pretty bad pass.
McWhorter down the lane, lefty layup, no. Rebound by Garnett, tapped back to McWhorter. Ball's loose on the baseline, and it will stay with the Bobcats.
A lot of chaos there for Miami as far as getting set defensively, and it kind of showed as they were able to get a dribble drive into the paint there, but very lucky that they were able to reset and get the ball out of bounds.
OU on the baseline, and we got a foul on the about far elbow side. This is going to be against the RedHawks.
Couldn't tell who it was. It looks like it's
foul on
Scalia.
Yeah. Yep. 8:20 left to go here in the first. The score is 3-2. Up top of the key, it's Aaliyah McWhorter against Amber Treader. Double team, they kick out straight away, three-pointer. Garnett, she drills it, and the Bobcats lead 5-3 here in the first.
Yeah, much better shot there. Wide, pretty open, not really contested there.
RedHawks trailing by a couple. Tamar Singer throws this one away, and Garnett is off to the races. 1-on-2, she kicks out, tabling for 3. It's good. Really, back-to-back three-pointer for the Bobcats. They're ahead 8-3.
Yeah, really nice find there to get tabling on the 3 there.
RedHawks have been really sloppy with the basketball to start out. Already 3 turnovers, including 2 on Singer, and almost another one there. Yeah,
Singer, one of the best passers in the country, I would argue. Fourth in the country in assists per game, so certainly somebody who's really good with the ball in her hands, but really struggling so far.
Inside, here's Treader trying to kick it out. It's stolen away again. This is by Rinaldo. Running the force, she tries a three-pointer on the left wing, and that one will go out of bounds. So it'll go back to the RedHawks.
Well, this is a strength of the Bobcats. They're top in the Mid-American in steals per game with over 12.5. So certainly not surprising to see them force this many turnovers, but I'm sure this is just driving Glenn Bach's absolutely mad just watching his team not perform very well offensively.
Here's Amber Treader off the rim and inside the painted area, and that ends the 8-0 run by the Bobcats. It's 8-5 here in the first. Up top, Ellie Garnett over to Bella Ronaldo. The Clemson transfer out to Garnett for three. Missed off the front rim, and it gets a friendly roll. That's the third three-pointer in the quarter for the Bobcats. They're ahead 11-5 here in the first. Just a sluggish start for the RedHawks.
Very sluggish.
Been careless with the basketball. Ball got tipped. Back to Scalia. They kick over Herho. Back to Singer on the right wing. Drives down low. Inside the free throw line to Treader. Double team. Jump ball. It'll stay with the RedHawks. But just a really good defensive set there by Ohio again.
It just feels like this team cannot get a handle on the basketball at all. Like it's like there's like bacon grease coated all over it or something. Like they just cannot. It just seems like every time they try to even just make a simple bounce pass, you know, they'll still find a way to bobble it.
So it is Scalia on the baseline, and this is going to be an offensive foul against Miami. Looked like it was on DeFries as she was driving down low. She mowed over a Ohio Bobcat, and that's another turnover on the RedHawks.
Yeah, second turnover of the day for DeFries as well. So, I mean, just your two of your best players already getting really sloppy here, and Glenn Bach's not happy at all.
Brought in Clara Gonzalez-Planella. Subbed out for Ilsa DeFries, trying to bring some more speed in this, as this will likely be a faster paced game than we usually see.
Definitely.
Bobcats love to run it, and that was a foul on Herho as Asia Baxter took advantage of the jumping Herho.
Yeah, Miami tried to employ kind of a three-quarters press there, and looked like they actually kind of had a trap there, but Herho just got a little too eager and gets subbed right back out for DeFries, who comes in.
6:40 left to go in the first. 11-5 Ohio over Miami. It's Bella Ronaldo against Tamar Singer. Go over to Ellie Garnett, the Nichols transfer, driving down low inside the paint against DeFries. 2-on-1, blocked by Treader. The RedHawks get a stop. Great defense. We'll see if they can turn it into great offense. And Tamar Singer turns it over, throws it away. Tabling intercepts it off to the races. Righty layup is good. Ohio leads 13-5.
Yeah, Singer playing her worst basketball I think I've ever seen. I mean, she's just really struggling to get these passes that she's normally, pinpoint on.
Working around top of the key. Here's Clara Gonzalez-Planella. Nifty move inside, cycling around, kicking out. Treader for three. Rolled off. The Bobcats are on a 5-0 run after a previous 8-0 run. Here's Garnett inside the paint, and this will be a foul on DeFries. Hands in the air, can't believe it. And that is the now fourth foul on the RedHawks.
Yeah,
check that fifth. So it'll be free throws the rest of the way for Ohio.
Just really brutal so far for Miami. Just feels like they're always out of, right now it just feels like they're always out of position, always just making the wrong pass right now, just coming in like it looks like they just rolled out of bed about 10 minutes ago, just super groggy.
And it'll be Garnett at the free throw line. She makes the first one. Garnett, the Nichols Colonels transfer in the Southland Conference. Also spent time at Winthrop and Northern Colorado. Second one's good, and it's 15-5 Ohio over Miami.
She's kind of emblematic of the current college landscape. 4 schools in 4 years. Well, you see that more and more nowadays.
Up top, here's Tamar Singer cycling down low. Beautiful pass to Scalia. Falling down, counted and one. Sends Scalia to the free throw line.
She's a little shaken up on that, though. She got hit pretty hard on that foul by McWhorter, and thankfully it looks like she's okay, but I was kind of worried there for a second. She looked like she got shaken up pretty badly there.
So Scalia will go to the free throw line. Much needed offense for the RedHawks as they end that 7-0 run by Ohio.
It's interesting. McWhorter is listed as a guard, 6'1", doesn't really shoot a whole lot of threes though, and certainly when she does, isn't making a whole lot of them either. So interesting. She's a 6'1" guard who plays everything like a power forward, basically. Interesting that that's how they list her, but that's kind of shows you how Bob Bolden wants to use her.
Scalia made the free throw, so it cuts the lead to 7. A touchdown by Ohio. 15-8 our score in the corner. This is Baxter for 3. No, and the rebound is snared by Treader. RedHawks working it on the right side. Tamar Singer nearly another turnover, but this is going to be a foul on, it'll be Bella Ronaldo. Yeah, so far Tamar Singer 3 turnovers and almost another one there. Got to be careful with it. And now we see Scalia come in for Mio Sakano. Quick substitution. On the baseline, Scalia up top has Herho over to Singer. Deep left wing 3. It's good.
That's a good confidence builder at the very least. Knowing just watching one go through the hoop, as they say, is always very beneficial after a few turnovers.
15-11 now inside. Ronaldo doesn't get the lucky bounce, and another stop by Miami. Here's Singer. Couple of nice dribble moves, passes over Gonzalez-Pinello, and this is out of bounds off of her. Just kind of a sleepy play there, and that'll lead us to a timeout on the floor. 4:51 left to go. We've got a good one, Ohio versus Miami, here in Millett Hall. Stay with us. You're listening to Miami Women's Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. (15-11) Ohio over Miami. Sean, a little bit of a slower start for the RedHawks, but they made a nice adjustment to draw within 4.
Yeah, 7 turnovers so far for the RedHawks in just over 5 minutes.
The quarter spinny layup, no good, and the RedHawks get another opening stop. Tamar Singer over to Scalia. Scalia jumper outside of the free throw line, rims off. The rebound is hunted down by Singer. Back out Scalia, left wing 3. It rolled off, and the rebound is hauled in by Garnett. And Treader kind of collided with her on the baseline, and that'll be another foul on her. So that'll send the Bobcats to the line again.
Yeah, that's just, there's 6 fouls already for the RedHawks to just 2 for OU. It's clear one team really, really woke up this morning and was like ready to play. It doesn't seem like the RedHawks are ready to play so far. Just very sloppy, just too many turnovers. And it's kind of a miracle they're only within 4, so that they're able to keep it within 4 so far, given the fact that the sloppiness.
So Garnett will go back to the free throw line. She is 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3 as she makes the first one. From Lakewood, Colorado. Been all over the nation. Overall, Ohio as a team, 66% from the free throw line. That's 10th in the MAC. Doesn't matter, makes them both, and the Bobcats lead 17-11 here in the first. 7 turnovers on the RedHawks, and they will try and be careful with this possession. Here's Mio Sakano, and that'll be another turnover. Sakano throws it away. McQuarters off to the races. She'll knife inside. Lefty layup off the rim and in. And one. Another and one for the Bobcats. They lead 19-11 here in the first.
I've never seen a team so incapable of getting a handle on the ball, Andrew. It's genuinely just feels like every pass, every bounce pass they make, every just simple pass, entry pass, whatever, it suddenly just gets deflected by by OU, and that's certainly a testament. They are a good stealing team, and they're the best team in the MAC at steals, but it certainly shouldn't be 8 turnovers in the first 6 minutes level of good. That's unbelievable.
Here's the and one free throw. No, the rebound is hauled in by Garnett, falling down on the baseline. Luckily, it goes out of bounds off of her. So it'll just be the layup, no free throw, and the score stays 19-11, Ohio over Miami. 4 minutes left to go in the first. RedHawks themselves, they're a good defensive team, best in the MAC, and they're 3rd in steals.
That's always been a Glenn Box staple. Even his worst teams were really good defensively, way better than the sum of their parts.
Herho, great defender, bouncer down low, kicks off of McQuarter, so it'll stay with the RedHawks. 3:46 left to go, 12 left on the timer.
It just does not feel like they can make a simple pass. It's incredible.
Scalia, pass was maybe tipped. Awkward jumper for Gonzalez-Pinella on the near elbow. No, and the rebound is cleared by Garnett.
It's a nice move she made to get that jumper, but yeah, awkward shot.
Garnett, deep three-pointer, rolls off, and Scalia brings it down. RedHawks have been scoreless for about the last 2 minutes. Scalia inside the free throw line, in some trouble, kicking out, left wing three. Herho, too strong on that one. Bodies flying everywhere, no foul.
Nice pass.
In the corner, Herho, nice pass from Singer, and this will be a foul near the baseline.
Yeah, that's a pass that that is more typical of Tamar Singer. Just a, instant cross the court pass from the right wing over to the left, and really nice job and able to get the foul there from Herho.
Foul is on Garnett, so it'll stay with the RedHawks. 3:10 left to go here in the first. Singer again on the baseline, the
wide open.
Miami. Wide open is Gonzalez-Pinella. She sinks it, and it's 14-19 here in the first.
Well, you know what happened there, Andrew? They subbed in about 4 different people, and that's what she kind of got lost in transition over there in the right corner.
Brand new group here for the Bobcats. Stolen away by Gonzalez-Pinella. One-on-one inside lefty layup. She can't make it, but it goes off of a Bobcat, Monica Williams, and it'll stay with Miami. Nice defensive work there by Gonzalez-Pinella, and the RedHawks will get a second crack at the net.
She's nifty. She's got some serious handles. I mean, that's several times tonight where she's just completely, either juked a defender out of her shoes or been able to really have a nice layup or opportunity.
Singer up top over to Scalia. Kick in the corner to Gonzalez-Pinella. Pinella at the free throw line over to Singer. Go back on the right wing. Scalia for 3, no good, but it finds her. And the RedHawks will reset. Down low, Singer, nice pass inside for Treader, and she draws a caravan of Bobcats. She'll draw the foul, and she will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, nice entry pass. That was actually a really nice entry pass there, and able to get Treader able to somehow secure the ball. And able to muscle in there and draw the foul.
So this will be the first trip of the afternoon to the free throw line for Amber Treader, one of the best scorers and one of the best rebounders in the MAC. She makes the first one. 17 points in her last game at NIU.
She's kind of capable of doing that whenever, seemingly. And the crazy thing is, she's probably your number 2 or 3 offensive option too.
She splits the trip, so it's 19-15 Bobcats over the RedHawks. Monica Williams inside the free throw line, passes tip, stolen away again by Gonzalez-Planella, falls down and gives close to Singer. Up top, Gonzalez-Planella nearly turned it over. Nice work by Taylor to kind of reset the offense. Shot clock winding down, deep three-pointer for Singer.
Oh!
It's good! Almost near half court for Singer, and it's 19-18 Ohio over Miami here in the first.
Oh my God, they almost let that shot clock completely expire, and yet Singer somehow able to get a deep 3 off and rattles it home.
Antonisha Moultrie almost turned it over. Great defense by Gonzalez-Planella in the corner for 3. Scully, it's good, and Ohio leads by 4. Back and forth we go. The 3 starting to fly now. Singer, dangerous pass stolen away by the Bobcats, and it's off to the races. Here's Scully inside looking for a foul.
Oh, man.
And this will be a blocking foul on Gonzalez-Planella, and one coming up again for Ohio.
Unfortunately, I think she was just inside the restricted area. Almost had her feet set, but I sincerely think she was about 2 shoe sizes too big for her feet to be outside the restricted area.
6-point game can make it a 7-point game with the free throw here. Danny Scully at the line, and she will get the roll. So it's 25-18, Miami trailing. The RedHawks trying to have some momentum heading into the second quarter. It's Singer inside on the right wing, looking for some open options, has Scalia around the circle, gives over to Herho on the far side. Herho down the lane. Nice pass inside, has Taylor down the lane. Righty layup is good, and the RedHawks trail 25-20 here in the first.
Yeah, Herho with a really nice pass as she's driving to get an easy layup.
Scully will kick out and go back up top to Monica Williams. She'll try a contested 3 with Treader right in her face. Doesn't matter. She drills it. Ohio makes their 5th three-pointer of the quarter. It's 28-20 here in the first.
That was a heat check 3, too, like you said. That was top of the key, about 4 feet outside the arc, and person in her face, and she still drilled it.
Ohio 5 for 10 from deep in the quarter. About a half-second separating shot clock and game clock. The RedHawks have it. Far pass from Singer over to Scalia inside, but this is going to be a blocking foul down low on Asia Baxter. Baxter a little slow to get up, still on the floor.
That was a hard hit she took there from the Miami player there. I mean, it was tough. Tough play.
There's 6.7 seconds left to go in the quarter. And this will be 2 free throws for Amber Scalia, the St. Thomas transfer. Does not get the roll on the first one.
Uncharacteristic of her, too. She's usually a very good free throw shooter.
78% free throw shooter, 84% last year. And she redeems herself there, makes the second. It's 28-21, Bobcats over the RedHawks. 6.7 left to go. And defensively, Sean, what are you trying to do here?
I'm definitely trying to press, trying to make sure that it looks like that's what they're going to do.
RedHawks trying to force it. Bella Rinaldo up top of the key. It is from Baxter, no good, and that will end the first 10 minutes in a positive way for the Bobcats, leading 28-21. They made 5 three-pointers, and they really made the RedHawks pay defensively. And with that, we will take a break. The score is 28-21, and we will be back in just a moment inside a packed Millett Hall, soon to be. We'll be back in just a moment. Start of the second quarter inside Millett Hall. Andrew Relvas alongside Sean Wiesemann. Thanks for joining us inside a frigid Oxford, Ohio. RedHawks on the move here offensively. Straightaway three-pointer for Singer, rolled off. And we got a foul the other way on Taylor, kind of incidental, knocking down Bella Rinaldo. Tough way to start out the quarter again for the RedHawks.
Yeah, Singer had several seconds to really step into that three and wasn't able to connect.
Rinaldo racing down, had the edge on Singer for a moment. We'll give over to Asia Baxter, the former Wake Forest player. Down low inside here's Zirolli, lefty layup no good.
Nice defense from Herho there.
RedHawks will slow it down a little bit. Down about a three-pointer. Taylor will go back up. Straightaway three-pointer from Macy Taylor, no good, the former Wright State Raider, and another stop for the Bobcats. Asia Baxter, left wing three in transition. No, a Bobcat grabs the miss. Ton of shots coming up, and we got a foul on the floor. This will go against Miami. So the three-pointer from Baxter was off, but right under the rim was Danny Zirolli, and she drew the foul.
Looks like it's going to be
Antonisha Moultrie. Hard to tell who it was. I mean,
there was about 8 different people underneath the rim. I don't blame you. Looks like it's Macy Taylor, her second with the foul, though.
Antonisha Moultrie, the Garden City Community College transfer from Kansas, and she makes the first free throw. Garden City Community College, their mascot is the Bronc Buster. I don't think I've heard that one before.
Can't say I have either. That is a new one.
And she makes them both. Ohio in this game, they're 9 for 10 from the free throw line. They really made Miami pay from that area.
And they're drawing a lot of fouls, too.
30-21, Bobcats over the RedHawks. Scalia, right wing three, rolls off. DeFries is there, puts up a shot off the rim and in. Physicality wins the battle for DeFries, and the RedHawks draw a little closer. It's 30-23 here in the second.
It's kind of shocking they haven't leaned into that more, given that she's 2 inches taller and several inches she's several inches on every other player on the roster for OU. It feels like that's a matchup you could take advantage of, and I'm glad they did because she's a very talented player who can get it done anywhere on the court.
Ohio basketball as Herho intercepts it. It's 2-on-1 for the RedHawks. Herho and Scalia. Herho passes to a wide open Scalia. She misses the layup. A missed opportunity there for the RedHawks, and Rinaldo rebounds it. A lot of missed opportunities as this is going to be another turnover by Herho as Monica Williams lost it. Herho knifing inside, cycles back over to Singer. Treader in the corner. DeFries for three. She drills it. 5 straight points by the RedHawks. They trail 30-26 here in the second.
Really nice find, just able to make the extra pass to DeFries.
And here's Rinaldo. She'll try a three up top, but the rebound is back to Zirolli. Right wing three, Williams. That rolls off. And the rebound is back to Rinaldo. A lot of second chance opportunities by the Bobcats, and Williams traveled right at the free throw line.
Well, we talked about it, before the game. We're talking about how the rebounding for Miami is a distinct a very, very big weakness for them. Only 32 rebounds a game, and so far it's coming to bite them a little bit. But it's been best shooting team in the MAC that's been able to compensate in most games, but not as much today.
6 turnovers on the Bobcats in this game so far, so the difference not that much. Herho in the corner, up top to Singer. Searching for Treader as Singer turns it over. That's now her 4th of the game. In the corner, tabling. Up top, Rinaldo, straightaway three-pointer. Rolled off. A big rebound there by DeFries. And the RedHawks will work it the other way. Transition tray, Scalia. Yes, sir!
Beautiful.
8-0 run by the RedHawks. They trail 30-29 here in the second. What a run by the RedHawks. Three-pointer Moultrie. Too strong on that one. The Bobcats are shooting a miserable 0 for 7, and the rebound was by Herho, so we got a foul right near half court on Rinaldo. As those two players got tied up pretty quickly, and this will stay with the RedHawks.
Yeah, OU.
This looks like it's going to be against Miami.
Oh. Well, OU obviously shot the lights out in the first quarter, but second quarter just one of their last 6 here from 3 and one of their last 8 from the field. So really defense has stepped up big time, able to get them within 1.
So I think the foul was on Herho, so it stays
Yeah.
with the Bobcats. Just a kind of a unfortunate event there for the RedHawks. It's Garnett in the corner driving down low. Shot clock winding down. Garnett throws it away, searching for a driving tabling, and it's back to the RedHawks. Miami has only led once. They led 3-0, but have trailed ever since. They're trying to change it with the next basket. 6:30 left to go in the second. Inside, Singer to Treader off the rim and in. And the RedHawks retake the lead, their second lead of the game. It's 31-30 here in the second.
Feels like it's kind of hard to lose somebody directly underneath the basket, but that's exactly what OU did, and it was the easiest bucket maybe you'll ever get in your life.
Ronaldo tight roping on the baseline, draws the foul on Herho. Or rather, that was Treader. Stops it at 6:16. 10-0 run by the RedHawks. What a flurry by Miami.
By my count, though, that is 4 RedHawks with multiple fouls so far here in the second quarter.
Garnett in the corner for 3. Missed off the right rim, and Herho snares it. Racing with the RedHawks. Singer over to Treader. In the corner, it is Planella. Planella cycling back. Right wing three-pointer from Treader. It's good again. 13 straight points by Miami. They lead 34-30 in the second.
And this is the Miami that we've come to know this season, a team that can shoot the lights out of any team. Oh boy.
And we got a charge the other way against Ellie Garnett. 2 RedHawks were right there. They forced the charge, and everything is going all right for the RedHawks.
Yeah, this is just a great, just a kill shot, as Evan Maya likes to call them. These 10-0 plus runs where you're able to really just kind of pull away from, a very good OU team. And this is where you really show them why you're the best team in the Mid-American.
Ohio last year 6-23. This year much better, 12-7. We've known that Bob Bolden, great head coach here in the MAC.
Yeah, 13 seasons. You don't end up being in a team for 13 seasons without some serious coaching chops.
200 wins at Ohio. Also spent time at Youngstown State on the eastern side. Miami had 34-30. Left wing three-pointer. Herho. It's good again.
They just can't miss right now.
8th three-pointer of the half for the RedHawks. They're ahead 37-30 in the second.
16-0 run for the RedHawks in the last 3 minutes, 39 seconds.
Here is McWhorter as she gets the layup over the top of DeFries to stop the bleeding for a moment, and it's 37-32.
And you know what's changed offensively? They're not turning the ball over. They're getting open shots, and they're not turning the ball over to get those open shots. Massive change, and the score reflects that.
Planella. Right wing three-pointer, DeFries. That rolled off.
It's a good shot too. Open shot over on the right wing.
Heat check three-pointer. Comes up short. Tabling grabbed the rebound. Here's McWhorter against DeFries.
DeFries spading McWhorter to take that 3.
McWhorter lost the basketball. Ball's loose on the floor, and this is going to be against Ohio. So we got another foul. Looks like it might be on Garnett.
Yeah, looks like she was kind of jumping for the basketball there and just managed to foul a Miami RedHawk.
And that will take us to a timeout. 4:41 left to go in the second. Ohio now trailing 37-32. A big run by the RedHawks, and we'll be back in just a moment for more Miami women's basketball. Back inside Millett Hall as more and more students start to file in. Miami leading 37-32. 4:41 left to go in the second quarter.
Well, Andrew, the reason they're coming in is beats starting to wind down.
That's right. Got to keep that in mind.
That's right.
1:43 right now. So, yeah, we're going to see more and more students as this game continues. And we got the men's game right after this one. Miami basketball on the right side. Scally inside. DeFries 1-on-2. Missed the first shot. Gets the second foul to go her way. And she will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Tabling was asking for a travel on that, but it's not a travel when you foul first.
Right.
Fun fact.
Miami in the game 8 for 16 from the three-point line. They were 8 for 20 last game. And DeFries makes the first one. Absolutely.
That'll play.
4 for 8 in both quarters. DeFries, the sophomore from the Netherlands, the MAC Player of the Week this week. She makes them both. And the RedHawks lead 39-32.
Oh.
Almost a turnover there as Scalio was causing some trouble near half court. Tips it out of bounds, stays with Ohio.
Yeah, Scalia had a beat on that. She was like a free safety almost, with the quarterback being the inbounder there, but not quite able to make the pick.
4 minutes and change left to go. Bella Rinaldo, the former Clemson Tiger, bouncer over to Baxter. Wide open is Rinaldo, nifty move inside, and it's 39-34, Ohio cutting it a little bit closer.
Just a nice set play design there from OU to get her wide open.
A little bit of a defensive lapse in the corner. Planella over to Scalia, finds a wide open Herho, right wing three, yes sir! 9th three-pointer of the game for the RedHawks. They lead 42-34 here in the second, their largest lead of the game. And the layup in transition is off by McWhorter. DeFries up top. Herho over to Scalia in the corner. Fakes it. Herho again around the back.
Move.
Finds DeFries. Right wing three-pointer. It bottoms in again. 10th three-pointer of the game for the RedHawks. They lead by 11 here in the second.
Man, it's been just all RedHawks because they just cannot miss from three seemingly, and they're getting defensive stops like this.
Planella grabs the rebound. RedHawks race it in the corner. Scalia for three. Rolled off.
I think the top op would have been blown off of this gym if she made that three. Oh my gosh.
RedHawks are on a 6-0 run. They've made 6 3-pointers as well here in the second. Under 3 minutes left to go. 45-34, a furious flurry by the RedHawks. They lead this quarter 24-6. Shot clock winding down. McWhorter in some trouble, kicking in the corner, tabling for three, needing some offense. No good. No foul called either.
Yeah, that was a very physical interaction there.
Singer finds Herho over to DeFries. Left wing three-pointer.
Airballed that one.
And she missed it badly. And now we got a foul the other way on the near sideline as...
That's a dumb foul for Herho to take. That's her third. So she's going to have to spend the rest of the half on the bench, I'm guessing.
And now we'll see Mio Sakano. That was tabling, drawing that one. The RedHawks fouling situation, 3 on Herho. We got 2 on Treader, 2 on DeFries, and 2 on Taylor. Everyone else has 1 or none.
Yeah, I mean, the only people in foul trouble for OU are Garnett with 3 and Rinaldo with 2, but otherwise they've been able to keep themselves pretty clean.
Moultrie on the right side. Here is Gigi Bauer, turns it over, stolen away by Singer. The RedHawks race it the other way. Singer stutter step, lefty layup inside, no good, takes a hard fall.
Yeah, should have been a foul there.
And it's a 5-on-4 for the Bobcats. Tabling in the corner. Bauer for 3 and an answer, no good. But underneath the basket are 2 Bobcats, and Baxter's able to clean it up for a pair. Cuts it to 9, 45-36 in the second.
That entire series there, that entire sequence starts with the fact that Singer just not able to finish on the layup and probably should have been fouled and gave them a complete distinct disadvantage there setting up their defense.
Inside DeFries, ball was tipped around. Planella almost got the steal, but the Bobcats force a stop. Right wing three-pointer, a deep one by Tabling. It's good. Tabling gets some more points on the board, and it's 45-39. So after a big run by the RedHawks, here come the Bobcats creeping in.
Tabling and Garnett now with more than half their points, combined 20 points out of 39 for the Bobcats.
Gonzalez Planella, righty layup, running inside, no good. And Tabling grabs the board. Under a minute left to play. Tabling against Scalia. Goes cross court, right wing three-pointer, Bauer, no, and Scalia snares the board.
Yeah, Glenn Bach's now going to slow it down a little bit as we get under the 30-second mark here momentarily. It looks like it's just been people just sprinting up and down the court, kind of a track meet the last couple minutes.
RedHawks have been scoreless for the past 3 minutes, trying to find an answer.
And still able to hold on to a 6-point lead because of that the giant three-point barrage they had earlier.
Long pass, Scalia finds Singer, right wing three-pointer. Oh yeah! 11th three-pointer of the half for the RedHawks. They lead 48-39 in the second. 10 seconds left to go. Tabling, down low, lefty layup, draws the foul. Gonzalez Planella not happy about that. Moves on quickly. And
that's a hard foul too. It's a good call. I mean, they should have called a foul on that. It was a hard one, and still looks like she's coming up kind of limp there. It was a big fall.
Second on Gonzalez Planella. 5 seconds left to go in the half. So a chance, maybe with a timeout, you can move it a little bit closer. And now we see Treader coming in. Mio Sakano subbing out.
Yeah, you want your best shooters out here for the last 5 seconds. Best rebounders as well.
Tabling at the free throw line. Misses the first one. Only the second miss of the afternoon at the free throw line for Ohio. Tabling, a third-year player at Ohio.
No good.
No good. A lot of bounces. Time winding down. Singer, half-court heave, and this one is off.
She got a good shot up, too, actually.
She did. Really good look. That wasn't a half-court heave. Had it wrong, but a heave at the horn, and that will end the first half in a really good way for the RedHawks. They outscore the Bobcats 27-11 in the second quarter as they lead by 9, 48-39 RedHawks over the Bobcats. Slower start in the first quarter, but like so many games we've seen this year, Sean, the RedHawks have made a big adjustment in the second quarter, and they've set themselves up well for a supposedly big third quarter coming up.
No, you're right. And listen, the third quarter is where they've really done a lot of their damage in some of their games. Take the Ball State game, for example. It was pretty much it was darn near tied at half, 4-point game at half. And yet, and whatever Glenn Bach said to his team at halftime absolutely motivated them. They come out and they win by 20 against the best team, supposedly the best team in the Mid-American. You know, that's the kind of team that Miami is. They could come out any point and just scorch you, just on fire with the amount of 3 points they can hit, the amount of scoring they have on their roster. See if they can get more of that, even with a 9-point lead, kind of add on to that and make this a non-competitive game here in the second half.
Top scorer for the RedHawks, it's Ilse DeFries, the MAC Player of the Week, showing out strong again, 13 points and 4 rebounds. And for Ohio, the top scorers are Tabling and Garnett. They both have 10. The free throw shooting numbers 9 for 12 for Ohio and 5 for 7 for Miami. And Miami leading 48-39. Well, with that, Sean and I will take a break, and we will turn it over to Jake Zirolli for the Red Hawk Radio halftime show. And we'll be back in just a little bit for the resumption of the third quarter. Stay with us here on Red Hawk Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back inside Millett Hall for some halftime coverage of this Miami women's basketball game where they lead the Ohio Bobcats 48-39. My name is Jake Zirolli. I was with you for pregame. I'll be with you again for postgame, and here I am for halftime. Isn't that funny how that works? All right, a great first half for the RedHawks where they were actually down for a good chunk of it, Ohio got a lead all the way up to 10 points. They were up 15-5 with 5:45 to go in the first quarter, and it looked grim. Miami wasn't shooting well. They weren't moving the ball well. Ohio was shooting it really well at the start of this game. But they were able to turn things around. Miami started shooting really, really well. Ohio slowed down some, started to get sloppy. They stopped pressing, which was a big thing. A big thing that at least I noticed. They stopped the press, which Miami did have some trouble breaking. They were able to still break it just fine, but they did have some trouble breaking it. Just a bunch of factors that resulted in Miami being able to claw their way back into this game, or should I say talon their way back into this game, since we're the RedHawks. I know that was a bad joke. You don't have to tell me. Either way, we're going to go into some stats from the first half. The leading scorers for both sides. For Miami, it's Ilse DeFries. She was my player to watch for today's game, and was I right? My goodness, she can fill the basket up. 4 of 6 from the floor, 3 of 5 from 3, also adding 2 successful free throws. DeFries adding 4 rebounds and a block as well. But on 2 fouls, some foul trouble for the RedHawks, which we will get into later. DeFries playing a really, really great game. For the Bobcats, 2 girls on 10 points, those being Bailey Tabling and Ellie Garnett. Garnett was filling it up from 3. She's 2 of 5, also adding 4 made free throws. And then Tabling, 10 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the three-point line, and has made 2 out of her 4 free throws. In the rebounding game, the leader for the Bobcats is a joint leader in 4 rebounds, being Garnett and Anatisha Moultrie, the junior guard from Nassau, Bahamas. And for the RedHawks, the rebound leader is Amber Treader with 6 rebounds. She's been doing real well down there in the post, also adding 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Assist leaders for the RedHawks, no surprise, it is Tamar Singer with 5 assists. She's been passing the rock around really, really well. Amber Scalia with 4, Nuria Herho with 3 as well. Both putting up good numbers in the assist game for the Bobcats, 5 with 1 assist. Those being Ronaldo, McWhorter, Garnett, Moultrie, and Scully. So a few less assisters for the green and white than there are for the red and white. We talked about it just a second ago with foul trouble. It is a problem now for both teams, but especially for Miami, as they have 5 players with 2 or more fouls, those being Treader with 2, DeFries, Taylor, and Gonzalez all with 2, and Herho with 3. Ohio, thankfully for the RedHawks, is not a very good free throw shooting team, or else they would have paid much more dearly. But those fouls are a problem when the game is coming down the stretch, because Miami is not going to run away with this game very easily. That is for sure. For the Bobcats, just one with 3 fouls. That is Ellie Garnett, so she may take a seat for a little longer in the second half. Bella Ronaldo with 2 fouls as well. Bailey Tabling, Aisha Baxter, and Aaliyah McWhorter all with 1. With 1 foul for Miami, it is Scalia and Tamar Singer. So just a good overall game for both sides, really. Ohio came out hot. They came out shooting really, really well. They were moving the ball well. They are maintaining their composure, especially in the backcourt, where Miami defends so well. Tamar Singer and Amber Scalia are both so quick. They're able to poke the ball out really easily. And yet Ohio was prolonging possessions. They weren't turning the ball over as easily. As the turnover battle is a pretty even split. Actually, Miami losing it, having 11 turnovers to the Bobcats' 10. But either way, Ohio was doing really, really well, managing themselves in the backcourt. And in the front court, they were winning the rebound battle. Now Miami just favored, having 21 rebounds to Ohio's 20. But Ohio with 8 offensive rebounds to Miami's 5. So they've been getting a good amount of second chance points and second chances at restarting the possession. But Ohio just sort of slowed down there with about 3 minutes to go in the quarter, the first quarter, after they had run out that big lead. Of course, they had that 10-point lead, as I mentioned, with 5:45 left in the first quarter. Their last lead was with 6:43 left in the second. They were up 30-29. Miami has not looked back from that point. It has been all RedHawks, a 19-9 run for the red and white. They've been doing really, really, really well in that time frame in those last 7 minutes or so. And what really stuck out to me for the RedHawks, it's just their ball movement. It really is just so fluid. It's a shame this is a radio broadcast and that the viewers, or listeners, I should say, are not actually watching the game because my goodness, the ball movement for this RedHawk team is really just unreal. It is incredible the way they're able to just whip the ball around. I'm calling the game in a few booths over for a demo just for some tape, and I have trouble keeping up because they are whipping the ball around real quick. And it just, this 3-2 zone that you see Ohio running, it just stretches them apart more. And eventually what I would see on most possessions is they would come into that 3-2 zone, they'd come in real tight, and they'd try to pick off that first pass, which they did do a few times, that contributing to the 11 turnovers, 5 of them from the point guard, Tamar Singer, so a few stolen passes reflects that number. But once Miami starts passing the ball around, they get their ball movement going, the zone sort of collapses. And then you either get an open shot because one defender in the zone couldn't quite get out to put a hand up, or you get Treader or DeFreeze in the middle, wide open, ready for a pass down low to put it back up for a layup or a short floater. And that's that ball movement. That's how you beat a zone. That is how you beat a zone, especially a 3-2 zone, which is, as the numbers would suggest, 3 in the backcourt, 2 in the post, and looking to disrupt play in the backcourt, poking passes out and getting quick, fast breaks. But when you get it past the backcourt, or you're just moving it quick enough where a steal isn't possible, it becomes really difficult to maintain that 3-2 zone and to not get caught out for it. And that is exactly what Miami was able to figure out in the second half of the second quarter there. Really just the whole second quarter, if we're being honest here. But at the end of the first quarter, Ohio led 28-21. Miami going on a 27-11 run in that second quarter. Really great stuff from them. Not much more to talk about here in this halftime segment. I started a little early before the clock on the scoreboard went down, so probably still have a little while until halftime, but I'll keep you on for about 3 more minutes here. 2 to 3 more minutes, I'm guessing. Going around some games going on right now. Both top 25 games not started yet. Those both at 5 o'clock. In the MAC games, though, Buffalo up 72-71 at Akron. Both teams looking for their first win in MAC play with 20 seconds left. It is 72-71 Bulls. Akron just took a timeout, so we'll see how that one finishes. I will update you at postgame. It has just struck 2 o'clock here in Oxford, so Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan will get going in a matter of moments out there in Ypsilanti. In an hour, Central Michigan and Northern Illinois will tip off at the NIU Convocation Center in DeKalb, Illinois. And then the cap for the MAC slate today at Savage Arena. The Bowling Green Falcons take on the Toledo Rockets, the 11-9 Falcons. 4-5 in the conference, trying to get their 5th conference win of the season against the 10-8 and 5-3 Rockets. So, going to wrap up here halftime coverage with some thoughts and some keys for the second half. My keys for the second half for the RedHawks is just to keep shooting well. They're shooting the ball really well. They are a streaky shooting team. Anybody who watches them would know that. But if they can keep that shooting going, they're going to pull away from this game. They were doing it a little there. They got the lead double digits at a few points. Their largest lead, 45-34, an 11-point lead with 1:46 to go in the second. So they got to keep shooting well, and if they do, they will continue to extend that lead as the time ticks down. They've also just got to keep moving the ball well. They're moving the ball really well. They're keeping it, for the most part, secure. They do have 11 turnovers. So if they can limit some of those, get that number down in the second half, they should have no trouble putting this game away. For the Bobcats, the key is to start guarding the outside shot. It's tough with the 3-2 zone to get bodies into the corners and onto the wings, to put hands up in the face of shooters. There were a lot of wide open threes and wide open layups, so they've just got to get quicker in that zone. We may even see them revert to man, I suppose, because the shooting has been so prolific from Miami. 52.4% from 3. Crazy numbers, 11 out of 21. As the teams come back onto the court with 9 minutes left, my other key for Ohio is to make their free throws. They're shooting their free throws decently. They're shooting 9 of 12 from the charity stripe. Their free throws, actually, I'm wrong. Their free throws have actually been their best shooting numbers so far. They just have to make their shots, period. They're only 12 of 34 from the floor. 35.3% shooting, not what you need to win a game against this Miami team. So they're going to need to start shooting the ball better if they want to stay competitive here. That's going to be all for me on the halftime segment. I'll be back with you during the postgame. Again, my name is Jake Zirolli. Thank you for listening to the halftime segment of this coverage of Miami RedHawks women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. We will kick it to the booth in just about 5 to 6, maybe 7 minutes for the second half of coverage here. I will see you at postgame. This has been and will continue to be for the rest of the second half a presentation of Miami RedHawks women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Stick around, folks.
Second half all set to go inside Millett Hall between the Miami RedHawks and the Ohio Bobcats on the women's side today. My name is Andrew Relvas, joined alongside Sean Wiesemann. Sean, the RedHawks leading 48-39, but we saw a really exceptional second quarter where Miami outscored Ohio 27-11, and they made 7 3-pointers. They really turned it on all facets of the ball in that second period.
No, you're right. It was the tale of two quarters, because it felt like that first quarter we were just like, it felt like it's just sloppy. Like they just hadn't woken up and just like really needed to get going, and it took them a little while. But you know, when this team gets going, they're as good as any team in the country, honestly. And it's showing, because they're up 9 and they're able to just completely dominate that second quarter. So look to see more of that domination. We already saw, we were talking about this earlier, the kind of kill shot they had in the end of the ball, at the third quarter of the Ball State game. Hopefully we can see something like that against another very good Mid-American team here.
RedHawks third quarter, they've been excellent all year long, and they're going to try and be like a boa constrictor and suffocate the Ohio Bobcats and go for their 11th win in a row and try to move to 10-0 in the MAC. This is also Miami's third best start in program history, and they have won 13 out of 14 games. So they are firing on all cylinders right now. This is exactly where you want to be in this part of the season. You want to start, just continue piling MAC wins together, and Miami's done that better than anyone else.
They are. They're peaking at the right time.
Right.
It's exactly what you want to see for a team that's entering the home stretch, kind of looking ahead to the tournament, hoping to get that #1 seed here in the MAC tournament. It'll be a good MAC tournament, because obviously there's fortunately no at-large team that we're probably going to see this year like our Miami RedHawks could be this for the men's side, but certainly very, very high hopes for them in the tournament there.
Miami will move it from right to left. Scalia searching for Treader on the baseline. Push it too far in front of her, and that's an opening turnover on Miami. Here's Bella Rinaldo, and she turns it over and she's off to the races. Moving quickly, they cycle back up top, and Singer will slow it down just a little bit. Singer in the corner has Herho. Herho pump faking a couple times back up to
nice
Singer.
Find.
Beautiful feed inside. Treader off the rim and in. Counted and one. An auspicious opening for Miami as they lead 50-39. 3-point play coming up.
Yeah, Treader, really great athleticism there, and a great an entry pass in from Singer. 6th assist today from the 4th leading assister in the entire country. Just more of what she does. That's just what she does.
And Treader gets the roll. The RedHawks lead 51-39 here in the third. Elia McWhorter, former Wake Forest player, on the right wing. Up top to Ellie Garnett. Garnett down low on the left elbow. Goes over up top. Here's Bella Rinaldo. Rinaldo on the elbow. Inside has Asia Baxter. 1-on-2. No problem for her. And Ohio gets their first points here in the third quarter.
Yeah, really nice wraparound pass from Rinaldo to get that the easy bucket there from Baxter.
10-point lead by Miami, trying to push it up even more. DeFries turns it over. Baxter lost the ball. Stolen away by DeFries. Nice redemption there.
4-on-5 right now.
In the corner, Scalia for 3. She makes it again. Another 3-pointer for the RedHawks, and they're ahead 54-41 here in the third. All Miami.
Oh, almost a travel. Almost a travel there from McWhorter.
Bailey tabling around in the corner for Rinaldo. Missed the 3-pointer. Down low, Garnett gets the second chance point to fall in, and it's 54-43. Tamar Singer on the right wing. Cycles left and right over to Herho. And Herho hands closely to Scalia. Almost said Scal Jack. Up top, Scalia, 3-pointer. That missed off on the left rim. And the rebound is back to Rinaldo. Ohio trying to get their first win in 3 games. They're trailing by 11. They had a really hot start, but since then they have really cooled down. Reverse layup over the top.
Really nice move there.
Hit off the very top of the rim. Nice shifty move there by Rinaldo, and it's 54-45 RedHawks. 7:30 left to go here in the third. DeFries, right wing 3-pointer. That rolled off, and the rebound is snared by Baxter.
Not a bad shot there from DeFries, just off the mark.
in the corner, tabling for three. Transition tray, she makes it, and it's 54-48.
Just sloppy transition defense there for the RedHawks. Certainly something that I know Coach Glenn Box is always emphasizing very highly.
Scalia in the corner, her hole for three. Rolled off. In comes DeFries, skying inside, gets the rebound, and she gets the layup over three Bobcats. What a play by DeFries, making it look easy, up to 15.
And it helps to be 6'3" right there, because that's the by far the tallest individual on the court.
The quarter right wing three-pointer, that's strong. And DeFries grabs the rebound, nearly tripped, but she recovers nicely. Scalia on the near elbow has Herho.
Not a good
inside
shot.
The free throw line, and that's offline. And Garnett grabbed the rebound.
Yeah, Herho kind of had an opening there, but kind of took it off balance and was off the mark as a result.
8-point lead by Miami. Bailey tabling. Over to McWhorter. McWhorter near the free throw line. Taken away by Herho. The RedHawks have numbers. Herho bouncer over to Singer in transition. Righty layup off the rim and in. Counted and one for Singer. Send her to the free throw line, and Miami leads 58-48. 6 minutes left to go here in the third.
This is exactly what they should be doing, slowly but surely pulling away from a talented, but certainly not as talented as this RedHawks squad. We'll see, obviously, plenty of time left, but just keeping your foot on the gas if you're Miami is of the utmost importance, making sure that OU doesn't get too comfortable like they were in the first quarter there with the amount of turnovers they were forcing.
That was Ellie Garnett's fourth foul. 12 points and 6 rebounds, and she'll have to sit out.
That's 4 different players now in double digits for the RedHawks with Singer's three-point play.
And Singer makes it, so Miami extends the lead to 11. 59-48. Now we see Mio Sakano come in for Ilsa DeFries. Looks like Garnett might be coming back in. No, she's having a word with one of the coaches.
Yeah, she's got 4 fouls. I would be very surprised if you're going to put one of your leading scorers back out there.
For Ohio, 13 points by tabling, 12 by Garnett. Everyone else into single digits. So if Ohio wants to win this one, they're going to have to rely on some other scorers. Maybe
not just single digits, Andrew. Nobody has more than 4.
Sure.
I mean, that's just how lopsided this has been. The two, like you said, tabling and Garnett, and then just nobody else has really been able to get anything going offensively.
Might have to rely more on Ronaldo. We'll see if that stays true.
She's certainly capable of it.
Scully defended well by Treader. They cycle back up top to Moultrie. And now here is Riri Jennings. First time we see her today.
Kind of out of necessity with Garnett out.
Bernolo inside, nice feed. Finds a wide open Danny Scully. Lefty layup's good, and it's a 9-point game again. 59-50. Herho inside the paint near the baseline. Little bouncer searching for Sakano, no good. And the Bobcats are racing the other way. Here's Riri Jennings, and she was fouled on the run. That foul's on Singer.
Hard foul, too.
Stops the clock at 5:26. And that'll send Jennings, the freshman from Texas, to the line. And a little on Jennings here, too. She was a McDonald's All-American nominee in high school. So one of the best high school players at Harker Heights in Texas.
Yeah, you look at OU's roster and you see a lot of 5 different players from Ohio, which is obviously, and then several others from Indianapolis, or Indiana rather, and Illinois. Whereas you look at Miami's roster and you go down the list and you see Minnesota, you see Spain, you see Ohio, you see Israel, you see Indiana, you see Netherlands, you see, I mean, it's just like a very different roster construction, but you know, Glenn Box finds players wherever they are.
Shows that it truly is an international game.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got quite a few international players, and Mio Sakano obviously from Japan as well. So many different countries represented on this roster and different parts of the country for the RedHawks.
Jennings splits the trip, makes the first, misses the second, and DeFries skies in for the rebound. So it's 59-51 Miami, and we see Macy Taylor, the former Wright State player, in the corner. Gonzalez-Planella dancing with tabling, draws the double, and Gonzalez-Planella lost the basketball.
seems like they're really giving Gonzalez Planella some fits. Every time she gets some really good dribbling going, she's just not able to finish.
Tabling right wing three-pointer. She was alone, but she missed it. And the rebound goes back to the Bobcats. Jennings in the corner. Her three-pointer's no good. And the RedHawks force another stop. Almost at the, or yes, we are now at the halfway point here in this third quarter. On the right side, here's Macy Taylor against Monica Williams in the paint. Over the top of Williams, her shot no good, but we got a foul on the floor. This is going to be on Jennings.
Yeah, over the back.
Treader. And now it looks like we'll be seeing new Red Hawk in, Amber Scalia. And now we'll take a timeout here on the court. It's 59-51 Miami over Ohio. The Red Hawks trying to win the first matchup in the 2026 Battle of the Bricks. Stay with us on Red Hawk Radio. .434 left to go here in the third. Inbound pass to Freese. Redhawks leading 59-51, and we got stoppage of some sort. Anyways, clock stops at 4:29. It'll stay with the Redhawks. Miami versus Ohio in the last 5 matchups. Ahead 4-1. And in Millett Hall as well, the Redhawks are 3-2 in their last 5 against the Bobcats, and they've won the last 2 home matchups against Ohio. So presently, it's been on their side, and Miami's trying to continue to bring some success here against their rival. Off to another really good start, ahead 59-51. 4.5 left to go in the third. Here's Macy Taylor, has Amber Scalia
nice
working quick inside, draws the pump fake and the foul, and she'll go to the line. That foul was on Riri Jennings.
Yeah, Taylor, on the like you said, on the drive, kind of stopped at the free throw line, got a nice pump fake, and then able to drive and draw the foul. Really, really nice job. from Macy Taylor.
And here is Scalia. She sinks the first one, averaging 13, 3, and 2 in her last game, 7 points. Struggled. She went 2 for 8 from the floor, but she was a good distributor, and she makes the second. Miami leads 61-51, 4 and 15 left to go in the third. Riri Jennings against Scalia. Dancing with her, spinning inside in the paint. Awkward shot there. Nice defense by Treader and company, and she snares the board. Back to Miami, working from right to left. DeFries, nice pass from Singer. 4 Bobcats are there. Treader will try a 3. Unlucky shot there, and it's back to the Bobcats. Had a good look at the net. Williams finds Jennings, not expecting that one at all. Back to Monica Williams, the veteran player, and she draws a foul inside the free throw line. She'll go to the line. That one on Scalia. Got a good Red Hawk Rowdies section here. The fan section right next to the free throw line.
Student section's pretty much filled up at this point. Really starting to see more people file in here in the second half, which is very good news for our one Miami doubleheader here.
And here is Williams at the free throw line. She makes the first one. Williams is actually second in the MAC in three-point percentage at 45%. Second free throw to cut this to an 8-point game.
Who's number one, Andrew?
I don't know.
It's Nuria Herho.
There you go. Herho first in the MAC and third in the MAC in steals. So she can do it both ways. 61-53. Treader missed an open layup. Nice defense by the Bobcats, and Ronaldo spins the other way. Williams thought about the three-pointer, and she took one too many steps.
Took about 3 too many steps, yeah.
Another turnover on Ohio, their 13th of the game, 1 fewer than Miami. So after a really slow start, turning the ball over, they have really dialed it back. Miami in the bonus as well, ahead by 8. Amber Scalia against Jennings. Over to DeFries, right wing three-pointer. She drills it.
Wow.
Second three-pointer of the quarter for the RedHawks, and they're ahead by 11.
Yeah, really nice shot. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It was just really good execution there from the RedHawks.
Scully lost the basketball. Treader saves it from going out of bounds, and here comes the racing RedHawks.
Beautiful
Scalia
pass
from Singer.
Oh
Transition layup is good. Really nice pass there, and Miami is ahead by 13.
Yeah, Singer with it just unbelievable. Between 3 defenders, could have had a shot at grabbing it. Instead, able to kind of lace it in there.
Singer forces another turnover. She's running. Bouncer to a wide open Taylor. 2-on-1. Count it for the RedHawks. Timeout, Ohio.
What a series. What a couple possessions there from Tamar Singer. Able to just completely dominate. Only 5'4", but able to completely dominate and take over the game there for the RedHawks.
For Singer, she's got 8 assists, 2 steals, and caps off a big run by the RedHawks. 7-0 run by Miami. And with that, we'll take a break inside Millett Hall. 2:17 left to go. The RedHawks starting to pull away against the Ohio Bobcats. See if they can keep it up here inside Millett Hall. 2:17 left to go, the closing moments of the third quarter, as Miami's outscoring Ohio 20-14 in this second half. And the RedHawks will look to keep up the pace.
Yeah,
as
7-0 run here.
Fourth.
7-0 run from Miami in the last minute, 29-2 run in the last 3:10. You'll take that, certainly.
It is Ellie Garnett playing with 4 fouls, working near the top of the key, cycling back.
She's going to need to play smart. She's too important offensively to foul out here for OU.
Garnett draws the double team. Wide open is Asia Baxter for 3, and she makes it. That ends the 7-0 run by Miami, and it's 68-56 here in the third.
Yeah, wide open. They keep setting that pick on the baseline there, and it's just Miami defenders aren't able to close out at all.
Scalia, nice pump fake. Quickly inside, goes up top to Taylor as she circles back. Finds Treader in the corner. Shot clock winding down in the corner. DeFries for 3. That rolls off, but a nice rebound by Scalia. Moving quickly with the basketball. She lost her balance there, but she reset nicely as the RedHawks have it top of the key. It's Tamar Singer against Rinaldo. Has Scalia back to Singer, right wing 3-pointer, a deep one off the bank and in. The bank is open on Saturday, and Miami extends the lead to 15, 71-56. 1 minute left to go here in the third. Timeout, Ohio.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's just the 3-point. It's just as much 3-point acumen as it's just kind of been the day that Miami's had, especially once the second quarter onward has just been. They're just making a lot of difficult shots.
They are.
I mean, they're the best shooting team in the MAC. We knew that coming in, but they're just shooting the lights out right now, and the score reflects that.
RedHawks have made 14 3-pointers, 3 in the third, 7 in the second, and 4 in the first. And
I know we talked early about how they were really getting into some foul trouble, but something to keep in mind is Miami only has 1 player who's got more than 2 fouls. That's Claire Gonzalez-Pinella. So, I mean, as it gets into crunch time here and you start, maybe not saying you would up 15, but if you ever needed to start fouling, thankfully you don't have any people really in foul trouble for Miami the way Garnett is for OU.
Under a minute left to go. Ohio trailing by 15 and searching for anything, searching for a answer against this Miami assault. Inside tabling, dancing in the lane. She gets the righty layup off the rim and in to go, and it's 71-58. Back to the red and white. They'll work it on the left side. Herho dancing left. She'll go back to Gonzalez-Planella. Planella inside the free throw line, searching
nice
over
find.
the top, has a wide open Amber Treader, and she finishes with a pair, and the RedHawks bring it back to 15. Quickly the other way, here's Moultrie. She missed the layup off the backboard, stays in bounds. Back to Garnett, up top Moultrie, over to Garnett, left wing 3-pointer, a deep one, and she buries it, and it's 73-61.
Clock running down here, under 5 seconds now.
Got to move quickly here. Singer over to DeFries in the corner. Treader at the hole. Oh. No good. That was Herho, actually. She had a pretty good look at the net there, but no good.
Yes, she did.
And the RedHawks will end the third quarter on a high note again, outscoring Ohio 25-22. They've won back-to-back quarters, and they will head into the break with their heads held high. Fourth quarter coming up with Miami ahead by 12 and looking to win their 11th straight game. See if they can do it in just a moment here on Red Hawk Radio. 10 minutes left to go for the RedHawks to win their 4th straight game against the Bobcats. They're leading 73-61 here in the 4th and trying to put the finishing touches on a strong first game of our doubleheader. On the baseline, Baxter bounces it off of the right foot of Treader. That'll stop the clock at 9:46. Andrew Relvas alongside Sean Wiesemann. Stay tuned for the post-game show with Jake Zirolli. That begins right after this one. And we got the men's game coming up against NIU. It'll be must-see TV. Baxter turning away. Almost stepped out of bounds, but it's recycled by Garnett. Back up top, Baxter for 3, airballs it. And the RedHawk Rowdies section letting her hear it.
Yeah, well, listen, that was, in her defense, that was a very heavily contested 3. Really good closeout there from Elsa DeFries. And with her length, that was a tough shot to make, especially.
And Miami turns it over. Treader. Here's Baxter.
Oh!
And Treader blocks the layup. So Treader redeems herself. She turned it over, but blocks Baxter in transition, and it goes right back to the RedHawks. I mean, what a play
That
there
is an
by
incredible play. The insult to injury was that the ball landed on Baxter. So, oh my gosh, they were able to get the ball back after all.
Inside, DeFries draws 3 Bobcats.
You could tell they're scared of her size.
Her whole lefty layup over the top of Garnett is good, and Miami leads by 14. It's been all Miami since the second quarter. Letting Baxter hear it. Moultrie inside. Here is Baxter. She smokes the layup. It was a wide open look. No one was even close.
No.
And now,
boy, you could tell maybe she's got the yips or something after that one, because that was the crowd was letting her hear it. As soon as she got the ball, they were cheering air ball. I wonder if that had something to do with it. Maybe the crowd had a little bit more of an effect than she'd care to admit.
Might be a little rattled, and it goes back to the RedHawks. Miami is 6 for the last 7 possessions. 6-7. Here is Herho up top, and almost. That's going to be a turnover. So Herho turns it over, last touched by Treader, as it was Danny Scully forcing the
Herho
turnover.
and Treader disputing that characterization, though. I think they're going to take a look at it. Yep, they're going to go take a look. Herho and Treader seemed very convinced that was not the case, that it came off of a Miami player there. So we'll take a look.
And with that, we'll take a break. 8:34 left to go. Miami ahead by 14. Stay with us on Red Hawk Radio. 8:34 left to go here in the fourth, and the previous call that was called a turnover on Miami gets overturned, and it'll stay with the RedHawks. So we'll stay with Miami wearing their black jerseys today. I believe this is the first time we've seen black jerseys on the women's side.
I think it is too, and they're very nice. I need to figure out how to get one of those.
On the inbound, Scalia has DeFries, and the RedHawks will reset offensively. Singer, Scalia,
Nice
in
pass.
the corner. DeFries for three. Hit back heel, and the rebound is picked up by Zirolli. Bobcats move it quick.
Oh, that's over and back.
Yeah, that's a backcourt violation. So Moultrie had it. Kind of a falling asleep move right there. She went back court to Gigi Bauer, it looked like, and that's a turnover on Ohio. Just a not good possession.
It was a bad pass. Moultrie received it on the OU side of the court. She bobbled it and then tried to get it back to her teammate, who was behind the court, the halfway point on the court.
That's one that's going to come up in film sessions.
I'm
no
sure.
doubt.
I'm sure. Yeah, because it all started just with a bad pass.
14-point lead by Miami. It's Herho over to Scalia on the left wing.
Wide open.
Feeds over. Singer, right wing three-pointer, no good. And Garnett grabs another board. Garnett has been a big factor in this one after previously missing the past couple of games.
You could tell they offensively, they desperately needed her production.
Ronaldo trying to turn it around, turns it over, and here comes Miami. On the left side, Singer, nice feed inside to Treader on the near elbow, has Singer back up top to Herho. They kick out left wing three-pointer. Scalia, it's good again. Miami makes their 15th three-pointer of the game, and they lead 78-61 here in the fourth. Timeout, Ohio.
It's kind of incredible stylistically how similar the men's and the women's teams are as far as being able to just kind of kill you with their shooting. It's just shooters everywhere.
For the RedHawks, they have had 6 players make a three-pointer, and that one another big one, including 6 three-pointers by Ilse DeFries. 7:27 left to go. We'll take a quick timeout inside Millett Hall. Back from our break, Miami ahead by 17, their largest of the game. Ronaldo misses the layup, falling down, and it's going to be a 5-on-4 for Miami. Singer over to Gonzalez-Panella. She'll try right wing three-pointer. That one a little bit too much. And Garnett grabs another miss. Garnett is up to 8 rebounds, leading the Bobcats. Ronaldo on the baseline. She might have stepped out, and she does. That is the 18th turnover on the Bobcats.
Yeah, considering how wide the turnover gap was after the first quarter, it was 8 to nothing. The fact that Ohio now has more turnovers than Miami kind of just speaks to how disciplined Miami has been able to play from the second quarter onwards. Really, just an incredible change in the team's personality and their play style, and then able to make it work.
7 minutes left to go. Miami ahead by 17, 78-61. Amber Treader, top of the key, has Tamar Singer on the left wing. Singer passes deflected, searching for Scalia on the right side. Shot clock winding down. The RedHawks got to draw something up here quickly. Singer inside, and she will draw a foul. She was dashing down the lane.
You can tell in those final second moments, you can tell Singer just loves having the ball in her hands, and because she's such a creator. Whether that's obviously making a great pass with her assisting ability, but also she can dribble drive as well as just about any point guard in the MAC. Plus, she's a great three-point shooter. Because of her versatility, she makes her a really tough guard when you've got 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Foul on Monica Williams, and now we see Gonzalez Planella in for Ilse de Vries. First free throw from Singer is good. Miami now 10 for 12 from the free throw line today. Singer averaging 10, 4, and 8 assists. And she gets the second one to go, gets the friendly rattle. Singer as well, first in the MAC in assists. One of the best guards in the conference. Transition layup is good for Jennings. And it is a 19-point game, rather 17. Back to the RedHawks, here's Tamar Singer. Goes cross court, has Gonzalez Planella up top, Nuria Herho. Herho searching for open options. Gonzalez Planella inside, Shredder backing down her opponent, and she misses the layup, no good. Back to the Bobcats. Tabling, Monica Williams. And
great
she
defense.
lost the basketball and her balance. Miami has numbers, but they slow it down. Nuria Herho sprinting inside, nice cycling back on the left side.
Kick ball, yeah.
And Tabling went out of her way to kick that one.
Yeah,
So it
it
will stay
did.
with Miami.
And she punted that ball.
5:44 left to go. Miami ahead by 17, their largest lead. Amber Scalia has Herho in the corner for a three. That was short, but Treader gets the rebound on the baseline. Inside DeFries, put up a shot, drew some contact, no foul. But it'll stay with the RedHawks. Out of bounds off of Monica Williams.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad shot from DeFries on that three. It just airballed it, but then a great job from her to recover and able to, get inside and, get the inbounds here.
5.5 left to go. Miami by 17. In the corner, it's Herho. Now cycling up top. Has Tamar Singer. Shot clock winding down. Singer down the lane. Puts up a shot. Out of bounds off of who else but Monica Williams. 2 seconds left on the timer as well.
Yeah, that I was going to say. This is just going to have to basically be a tip pass here.
Scally on the baseline. Wide open is Herho, and she gets the layup at the horn. Miami leads by 22.
This is that they've drawn that play up exactly how exactly like that several times, and it's worked pretty much every time on those 2-3 seconds left on the shot clock.
82-63. The RedHawks are rolling all over the Bobcats, and this is out of bounds off of DeFries. It was Monica Williams with the ball.
Yeah, they thought actually it came off of OU, which is why they had a chance to grab it from coming out of bounds, but I guess just refs saw it differently.
More and more Miami fans starting to file in. Looks like we got a really good crowd. And Treader blocked the layup from McWhorter. Here comes Miami, a right wing three-pointer. Scalia, it's pure. Miami leads 85-63, their largest lead of the game. Timeout, Ohio, here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when you're shooting 45% from three, you tend to win your games, especially when you're shooting at the volume that the RedHawks have been. 16 of 35, and then able to make your free throws 11 for 13. Those two things right there, that makes you competitive in just about every game. That'll certainly help, and especially against a really good team like OU, they've just been able to completely dominate the second half here.
I think a big difference from last year, too, is you get a lot of scores in the transfer portal. You get players like Macy Taylor, who averaged 8 points at Wright State. Solid scorer. You have Gonzalez Planella, who was a 6th player of the year at Jacksonville State, and then just a really solid point guard in Amber Scalia. Just much different result from last year.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right, and that certainly helps because it's impossible to guard when you have 5 different players in double digits now. That's hard. It's hard to just focus in on one person like you could with Juliana Gonzalez last year. You can't do the same thing.
McWhorter missed the layup, and it's back to Miami offensively. Scalia lost the basketball in front of Glenn Box, trying to pass it to Nuria Herho up the lane, but it was tipped out of bounds by Monica Williams. And now it looks like we're going to see Ashton Ely checking in, the UAB Blazers transfer. Didn't see her a ton at the start of the season, but she's been making a lot of openings in the last couple of games. Shot clock winding down. It's Ely, and she'll try a 3 sidestepping.
Oh.
Looked good, but just a little bit short. That's going to be a shot clock turnover on the RedHawks.
Yeah, it did. It looked like she lined it up perfectly, just short because it was kind of a fadeaway, last-second heave, basically, from the left corner.
Herho was applying a little bit of pressure, but it's McWhorter getting the ball across the timeline. 4 minutes left to go, Miami by 22. It's all RedHawks. Tabling lost it. Partially blocked, but in comes Bella Ronaldo, gets the and one to go, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah,
Rather,
really
that
impressive
was Danny
balance.
Zirolli.
Yeah, it was really impressive balance from Scully there. I genuinely did not think she was going to make that layup. She was falling over on 1 foot, but able to get it through.
Scully is up to 10 points now. 10 points and 7 rebounds. Scully from Park Ridge, Illinois. She played basketball and lacrosse in high school. 16 minutes in the game against UMass, and she converts the three-point play. Cuts the Miami lead to 19. The RedHawks are under 4 minutes away from winning their 9th home game this season. They are a perfect 8-0 here at Millett Hall. Both men's and women's teams have done a really good job of defending home court, and Amber Scalia sinks another three-pointer. The RedHawks get their 17th three-pointer here in the game to go.
Yeah, OU just has no answers for the perimeter defense consistently.
Williams inside gets the layup to go, and it's 88-68. Miami almost at the 90-point mark. If we had a little bit more time, we might see a 100-point game.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe let's not get ahead of ourselves, but possible.
Turnover by Ely as she was looking for Herho, and it's back to the Bobcats. Under 3 to play. Bailey tabling, nice feed inside to a wide open McWhorter, and it's 88-70 here in the fourth quarter. Feels like a possession if you're Miami where you just want to slow it down and get
That's what
the
it looks
best
like
look.
Glenn Box just said, is he said, I don't think you really want anything under 15.
Ely had DeFries in the corner, going back up top. And they cycle it back over Singer. Shot clock in single digits. Singer looks a little bit slow here. She might be injured. And
Yeah, she is. She's hobbling down the court now.
it'll be a 5-on-4 for the Bobcats.
Oh,
And
she's
Singer
down.
will fall near half court. This is not good for the RedHawks. Right wing three-pointer tabling no good. Ely gets it, and this will go back to the RedHawks, but out comes Glenn Box, and Tamar Singer is down on the floor.
This is your all-MAC point guard. That is very bad news if that's the case. You really hope she's okay.
She was feeling her right leg, getting some attention from the trainers. This is not a good sight. Hope everything okay is with Tamar Singer. And we'll take an injury timeout here inside Millett Hall. 2:11 left to go. Miami ahead 88-70. Back from a quick injury timeout as Singer eventually got up. Might be cramping. Don't want to speculate, but could be that, and it's Miami basketball. So Singer will be out for the rest of this one. The RedHawks up by 18.
Good news is for Singer that we've already have an 18-point lead here, so
Yeah.
don't need to push yourself or anything.
Ely. Nice defense by Williams, and she steals it away. 2-on-1 for the Bobcats. Williams to Moultrie, and she smoked the layup. Not the first time that we've seen a Bobcat miss a close layup.
Feels like that's the third or fourth time they've done that, and that's something I'm sure Bob Bolden is going to be tearing his hair out come film session time.
left a lot of points off the board. Amber Scalia had it for a moment, hands over to Sakano. Scalia leading all scorers with 23 points. Kind of a quiet 23.
Very quiet, yeah.
Up top, Sakano, 16-footer no good, grabs her own miss, and it's eventually tapped around by the Bobcats. Danny Scully orchestrating the offense in the corner. A three-pointer for McCorder, no good, and the rebound is smacked down by Ashton Ely.
That shot is exactly why you've pretty much been leaving McCorder open on the three-point line all day. Not her strong suit at all, and even somebody 6'1" makes sense.
Penultimate possession here. 50 seconds left to go. Shot clock at 19. Maybe might have 3 total possessions left. And the RedHawks make a substitution. Herho's coming out. Emily Van Timmeren is in, along with Anna Hurst, Ashton Ely, Mio Sakano, and Macy Taylor. So the RedHawks' entire bench is in. 18-point lead by Miami. Trying to get the final point as
she got
Ashton
fouled.
Ely drew a foul on a jumping McCorder. So she'll go to the line.
McCorder was very eager to get that block, and understandably, I mean, there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock. She pretty much had to be a shot, but a little too eager and came flying in and on Ashton Ely.
And this, I believe, is the most points the RedHawks have scored this season, minus the Indiana Southeast game. So most points Miami has scored in a MAC game. One more free throw would give them more points than the Cedarville game. And Ely misses the first one. So they scored 88 points in the Cedarville win, and they scored 94 points in that IU Southeast win. Here's the free throw from Ely. It's good, and it looks like that one is going to be a flagrant foul. So one more free throw. Or no, since it was technically a three-point attempt, this is 3 free throws. And she gets 2 out of 3. So now the RedHawks have dipped into the 90s, and it's 90-70 Miami over Ohio.
Most against a Division I opponent this year. Very impressive outing from the RedHawks. Could not be stopped. Shooting 44%, 17 of 38 from 3. That will help.
McCorder misses the layup. Rebounded by Taylor. 15 seconds left to go. Shot clock is dark, and the RedHawks are going to beat the Bobcats. What a win by Miami as the RedHawks defeat the Ohio Bobcats 90-70 as the final timer hits 0. The RedHawks beat the Bobcats 90-70, a 20-point blowout victory for Miami. They win their 4th game against the Bobcats, and Miami improves to 10-0 in the MAC. They've won 11 straight games, and the RedHawks are rolling here inside Millett Hall.
Just an absolutely dominant game from the second quarter on. You know, like we said, first quarter was a real struggle fest. Just couldn't make shots, couldn't really get anything going consistently offensively. Just felt like so sluggish, and yet, you know, they were able to really turn it around and still able to, you know, more than exceed expectations here today, able to get a 20-point win.
And that's against your rival, too. They might not be rivals on the court, but it's the Battle of the Bricks. I mean, it's always good to beat your rival institution in the Ohio Bobcats.
Absolutely.
And with that, Miami improves to 18-4 overall. They're 10-0 in the MAC. They've won 11 straight games. And for Ohio, they fall to 12-8. They've lost 3 in a row, and they are 6-4 in the MAC. They're around the middle pack of the Mid-American Conference. And for Miami, just one more win to match their win total from last year. And this was just an all-around great performance.
Yes,
we
it
saw
was.
6 RedHawks in double figures, with Scalia leading the tally, 23 points. Singer had 17 and 9 assists. Treader had a double-double. She was excellent. And meanwhile, for Ohio, 2 players with 15, Garnett and Tabling, both 15. Sean, any closing thoughts on this win by Miami?
I think this kind of speaks to the ability for this team to fight through adversity. I mean, they're rolling about as well as any team in the country right now. And honestly, the sky is the limit. We've seen that they can play with the best teams in the MAC, and they can take care of business against the upper echelon once again. They're not letting themselves fall into a potential trap game, a team where, a team coming off of a big victory against NIU and another big victory against Ball State last week, not letting yourselves get too high or too low and just being consistent and playing up to your talent. Miami's been able to do that, and they've been able to do it well.
Ohio's next matchup will be versus Western Michigan on Wednesday. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. And meanwhile, for Miami, they've got a little time before their next game. They'll take on the Georgia Southern Eagles. That'll be next Saturday, so a week from today. That one will be a 1 o'clock start here inside Millett Hall. And that might be our next Red Hawk radio broadcast, minus hockey. So with that, we will turn it over to Jake Zirolli for a quick post-game recap, and then we'll turn it over to the men's game. Stay tuned here on Red Hawk Radio. You're listening to Miami women's basketball. We'll be back for the men's game in just a little bit.
Hello and welcome to the post-game show here for Miami RedHawks women's basketball as they defeat Ohio in the Battle of the Bricks 90-70. My name is Jake Zirolli. I was with you for pregame and halftime, if you remember, and now I'm back for some post-game coverage. We're going to make this a very quick post-game coverage because I actually have to get right to the men's game, which I'll be on pregame for, so stick around, just switch streams, and you will be right there on Red Hawk Radio on YouTube, of course. So 90-70, the win for the RedHawks, a dominant performance, especially shooting-wise. Their shooting stats were impressive, 47.6 from the field, 44.7 from three, and 81.3% from the free throw line. Really, really nice shooting-wise from Miami. For Ohio, shooting stats not as good, but about typical of Cats. The lead scorer for Miami was Amber Scalia with 23 points, 7 of 14 from the floor, 5 of 10 from three, and 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Really, really nice from her. Also adding 6 rebounds, the senior guard from Stillwater, Minnesota. For Ohio, the leading scorers both had 15 points, Bailey Tabling and Ellie Garnett. In the assist game for Ohio, the leaders both had 3. It was Bella Ronaldo and Ellie Garnett. Garnett had a very good game, 15, 8, and 3. The assists for Miami, no surprise, Tamar Singer, 9 assists on the day for her. Scalia adding 7, DeFries adding 6. Pardon me, that's Herho adding 6. But Singer went out with that injury with about 2 minutes to go, so we hope she is okay and ready to get back out there for their next game, which will be right here at Millett Hall on Saturday, February 7th against Georgia Southern. Then they go to Western Michigan on Tuesday the 10th, and then they go to UMass on Saturday the 14th. The rebounding leaders for Ohio with 9 rebounds, it was Danny Scully, the forward, also had 11 points and 2 assists on the day. For Miami, the rebounding leader was, of course, Amber Treader with a double-double, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Really good day for the junior forward. For Ohio, the next 3 coming up, they've got Western Michigan at home at the Convocation Center on Wednesday, February 4th. Then they get Old Dominion at home on Saturday the 7th as part of the MAC SBC Challenge. Miami gets Georgia Southern in the edition of that competition. And then Toledo on the road on Tuesday the 10th. Like I said, this is going to be a very short post-game section because we do have to get over to the men's game. So that is going to be it for post-game coverage. Miami takes the Battle of the Bricks 90-70. My name is Jake Zirolli. Thank you for listening to the pregame, halftime, postgame coverage and for this coverage of Miami RedHawks women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. We will see you in just a minute. If you flip over to the men's basketball stream against Northern Illinois, I will be right back with you on the pregame show for that game. So we will see you in just a few moments. Thank you very much for listening.